Hey guys, welcome back. Here's another episode for you. We're spoiling you with 3 episodes today. I can't exactly reveal what one of them is, given that you must have seen the first video that was released today, and one of BDS's longest videos ever created, at clocking it at about an hour and 20 minutes. It is a podcast style video where myself and James basically talk about Summer Games Fest, or Summer Snooze Fest, as it were. It was not a very good festival, but we're back with a good video here. This one, if you already seen the title, then you know what to expect. But we're going to be covering Street Fighter 6 and Season 3, Year 3, and the characters that have been announced that were that was a video that was shown off at Summer Games Fest. So you're joined here with me, your host, Ethan, and I'm joined here with my co-host, James. James.
How's it going?
And we're gonna jump right into it. I will admit to you, my viewers, you know darn well, I'm all about transparency here. I've had a bit of a mess up here with the audio, so we are re-recording this video. So sorry if it sounds a bit like formulaic, as if we're yapping and we're just doing it. We're doing it for the second time here, so we apologize for that. But we ain't about smoke and mirrors here at BDS. We're gonna go ahead and tell you everything, but we're gonna shoot this for you. And I'm glad that it wasn't the hour 20 that fucked up, because I would have just said Summer Fame. I would have
died.
I would have just made it. I would have made it. Yeah, I would have made a whole fucking video that's just like maybe barely 5 minutes that just makes fun of it, because at that point, what the hell do you do past that point?
Exactly.
There's really no point. That being said, Street Fighter 6 was one of the highlights of Summer Game Fest. It was very boring. Me and James had been through the rattle, and we had been beaten, bruised. We had been through one of the worst game shows ever imaginable. There have been a few nice things there. If you've seen the internet, then you know what to expect and what our next video is going to be about for sure. But that being said, everything else in between, it was awful. But let's get good into the real here.
Positive.
So let's get positive here. Street Fighter 6 Year 3 is upon us. Season 3 is coming. James, kick off. Who exactly was that in the trailer? For those that don't know,
that was a professional wrestler, Kenny Omega, stepping into a locker room, and he locks into the mirror, and he is suddenly cosplaying as Alex, from Street Fighter.
Basically, he's like he's seeing different reflections of himself throughout the trailer, and he's basically
he's on PTSD.
And then he thinks it's a big bad nightmare, and then he starts doing like moves and sets from as the characters as he's dressed up as Alex, then Sea Viper, then Ingrid, and then we finish it off where he
shower.
Yeah, and then we finish it off where he closes his locker. He thinks it's all a dream, and then boom, he's Sagat. And then before it's all over, we do actually get to cut towards a little bit of a snippet video
of
gameplay of Sagat. We get to see him do his tiger fist, his low tiger fist, his tiger uppercut, and his tiger knee, and of course some sort of new ability that I can't really make out. Obviously it's going to be something like tiger or tiger something, but it looks like a reversal axe kick. I'll have to check out Street Fighter 5 because I didn't play enough of Street Fighter 5, so maybe it's something that has already been there. But
you already had it.
Yeah, exactly. But nevertheless, we're super excited here at BDS for Street Fighter 6 Year 3, Season 3. So let's jump right into it. Here, we actually have a little bit of snippet information. Now, this information is available on Capcom's website, but it's not exactly making the rounds, so we figured we would inform you. First off, the first character to be released will be Sagat, who will be released in summer of 2025. I suspect that he will be released sometime in the end of August, as to not disrupt the flow and the what's going on with Evo. And then I expect to see a gameplay trailer reveal when Sagat, for Sagat, sorry, during Evo, after the, like Street Fighter Finals or something. Yeah, and then the next character will be C Viper. She will be out in autumn of 2026, hovering around that October-November release window. Then we're going to have a bit of a gap here. We talked about this prior. This one's a bit of a stretch, but they're looking to be like between 4 to 5 months without Street Fighter content. And then we're going to pick right back up in beginning of spring. Not too sure what is considered beginning of spring. Again, this is a Capcom with the Japanese market, so it might be a little bit different. Might be January, maybe February, but or March. But that's when Alex will be available. And then to round everything off at the end of spring is Ingrid. Ingrid will be the final character for Year 3 and subsequently Season 3 of Street Fighter 6. Now, I guess we gotta get into the nitty gritty here. I'm gonna pull up a photo of the characters. Let's talk about the design choices, and let's run it. This is where we kind of our audios went a little fucky, so this is all new for us and for you viewers. So let's check it out. So James, I guess before we get into let's dive into each character. We'll start with Sagat. How do you feel about Sagat's new look? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I like him. I like him. I like the new look on him. I mean, he hasn't really changed much since
Street Fighter 5 at least.
He still has like that iconic bald
and his arms all wrapped up
and stuff. But he looks mature, looks older. But
I like the hair. I like the
hair
hair on his shoulders. I like that little grizzly. They're kind of making him look like he's kind of been out on the.
Like a mountain man.
Exactly. Then his torn gi that he was wearing in Street Fighter 5. The gi is all torn up now and kind of dangling beneath him.
Remember, because he was searching for someone stronger, for strength. His journey was about strength, if I remember.
Well, his whole deal was to basically... he was basically an underling for M. Bison. And he was going to take... first and foremost, he thought he was the strongest, got beat by Ryu, got a nice little scar on his belly that took his eyeball, essentially. Or no, it didn't take his eyeball, but just left the scar on his stomach. And then admired Ryu. Then he, wants revenge, realizes M. Bison's up to no good, gets his story thing, and now he's just kind of been wandering ever since, though. So we'll see what he...
He's neither good or bad.
He's just kind of meddling. But he's huge. He's looking great. I'm excited for the new look. Of course, as always with Street Fighter 6 at least, the EX costume, or the costume 1, will be his classic outfit, essentially. So we'll have him, bare-chested and just his arms wrapped, and then having the blue shorts with the red line and everything, Yeah. And his legs all, bandaged up as well. So I'll probably be rocking that.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all these designs, we'll get into that. I was going to ask you which one's your favorite, but C Viper, she's looking very spy-esque. Of course, she's she's still a mom, still doing her spy thing on the side. I don't have a full photo of her. I just have what Capcom gave us here, but she's got like a Kaiba, Kaiba jacket over.
Oh, don't say that.
Over like a suit of some sort. It looks like she's got like a collared jacket thing in there, and then
it's a high collared jacket sort of thing
going on there. And then her sunglasses are back, but her hair is no longer the tight ponytail. It's actually just I don't know if it's shorter or not. I mean, it looks like it's kind of going down her back a bit.
It's like a bob sort of thing.
We'll see with more things. I do like the gloves though, where it's like not fully buckled, like it's like almost like a suit. It's like white gloves, and then the cuffs are the cuffs are that of like a suit, but they're overly big on her. I like it. It looks cool. She looks great. Very Capcom-esque, very Street Fighter. I like the new look for C Viper. Of course, I definitely want to rock that Street Fighter 4 version
The original look.
of C Viper. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. Now, the one who got the most change, I would say C Viper definitely got the most change here, but Alex and C Viper definitely have the most change. Shigata's not out of the realm of stuff we haven't seen before, and Ingrid almost looks identical to what she's always looked, with a few changes here and there, more fairy-esque. But I want to say Alex probably has the most change because we've always
Absolutely.
only ever seen Alex in his green overalls. Ever. We've never really seen.
In Third Strike, yeah.
I think they
And
changed up the hair a tad bit with the bandana being a little different in Street Fighter 5. But, yeah, no, we've only ever had.
Yeah, he's got like a
Yeah,
waistcoat.
yeah, look
sort
at
of
that.
thing.
He's looking. And then he's got a beanie on. And then the beanie even has the eye makeup going up on it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's got like a overcoat thing, but it's like his arms are exposed. I'm not too sure what they're. I would like to see. I'd like to
a
see if he's
vest.
got the traditional army pants underneath. But then he's also got armbands,
Oh yeah, the cargo pants.
and a
Boots.
new and a whole new. Normally he's always rocking green gloves. Now he's rocking
does. Red.
these red pads almost, and then like an armband that's looking neat. You like the new look for Alex?
Oh yeah, I like it. I like it. It's fresh.
And then
It's
that
fresh.
leaves
Completely
us with
different.
Ingrid here. She's rocking a book for a change. She's kind of almost got this fairy tale esque appearance to her. She's not exactly like in the lore of all things Street Fighter. She's supposed to be kind of like an observer of Street Fighter and its world, and she's kind of like a
Like the
mystical
Watcher in
being
Street
of
Fighter.
sorts. So this is like an official time she's ever been in anything, and I'm curious. Out of all characters, when it comes to the story mode, like I get it. You're gonna go into World Tour and Sagat's gonna be like, oh, I'm training to be the best around, and I'm struggling to find purpose, or I have found purpose, or whatever. Alex, same deal, kind of on the run, wants to be the best wrestler, and now there's not a lot of wrestling anymore. So what's he doing? C Viper, she's a spy, but also how is she dealing with being on a mission and away from her kid, or how this affects her relationship with her child.
Yeah.
These three characters, you're expecting typical stories in World Tour. For me personally, though, I'm very excited to see more about Ingrid story-wise. Now, in terms of gameplay-wise, so in terms of story, who are you looking forward to seeing in the story for when it comes to World Tour mode, James?
I'm actually looking forward to see what the Sea Viper is up to, because you never get to hear much
Yeah.
from Sea Viper, because like she's literally the only representation of Street Fighter 4
Outside of
all
Jury,
the
yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it'll be be interesting to see what she was up to and how she balances work and her kid.
And the fact that she
you know?
went from being like when Street Fighter 4 was kicking off, she was like, being advertised as like the next, Chung Li, the next, female protagonist. And people didn't take to her nearly as well as they took to Jury, who was the underdog, evil side henchman villain. So it's interesting to see how the tones have shifted over the years. Sea Viper has been very, for those not familiar though, Sea Viper has been very prominent in the Street Fighter Masters comics lines that have been going from Udon Comics. Last we saw her was in the Sakura comic book that had Sakura basically, helping out with Sea Viper and Jury. And she was also in a Jury female foes Capcom Street Fighter comic thing that happened a while back. But yeah, she's been prevalent in the Street Fighter 6 comics line. Oh, damn. Now, I will say in the Street Fighter 6 comics, Sea Viper has been looking pretty much identical to how she looks in Street Fighter 4. Not with this new look that they've got going for her. I guess my next question for you, James, is who are you the most excited to play in Street Fighter? Now that you're in story-wise, you're here for Sea Viper, Me, I'm Ingrid. Who out of all these four, who are you most excited to play? And I think I have an answer. I think I know your answer before you do, but let me see if I'm right.
It's between Alex
There it
and
is. I
Sagat.
knew full well. No, don't even act like you know what Sagat. We know what Sagat's gonna
It's Alex.
play like.
It's
What are
Alex.
you
Alex. I'm all
James
for
is
Alex.
James
It's
is gonna
Alex.
be super pumped to play as Alex. He's ready for the Flash. Right? He's ready to do it. He's ready to. He's
Hyper
ready to
bomb!
fucking grab people and go now and fucking hyper bomb their ass. He is ready to swivel fight. We have not, in DLC terms, gotten a swivel fighter wrestler. We
Proper
have not
wrestler.
gotten one in a while. It literally, he's been subjugated to Zangief, who is broken, and honestly,
Yeah, broken.
this is a good call to put Alex in the game. Out of all characters,
Really
though, yeah, Alex is definitely good. We knew we were gonna get a Shogun, so it was either between Sagat and Sakura. Steve Viper's a nice little, change, a mix up between is a mix up character, has charge base and you know swivels here and there. Ingrid is the clown character here. This is the one that's like the goofy character.
She's a wild card.
She's the wild card here. Not to say she won't be any good. I would like to see them rework her a lot more though, because she is kind of boring in Street Fighter Evolution Fighters and a few other Street Fighter projects that I've played. Have her in it, but yeah, I think that there's room for improvement. So I'm excited to see what they do with her. But in terms of gameplay, you're right there with Alex. I do like Alex, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say I would like to see what they do with C Viper. I'm gonna say C Viper. Because Ingrid, they could easily just do the same old, and then everybody would be intrigued because she's new to them because they've never actually really got to try this character in the obscure weird shit that she's been in for, Capcom fighting games. So, that's all new to them. But C Viper, I would like to see how they work her. And honestly, it's gotten me, I'm getting in this, once I'm done editing this and I'm ready to record for the third video for today, I'm definitely going to hop into some Street Fighter 4 and mess around in some practice mode. I want to play around with C Viper. It's been a long time, so that's got me playing it. But these are your 4 characters. We've got quite a few Street Fighter alum here. We got a Street Fighter alum, mega alumni here with Sagat. We got C Viper coming from Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Third Strike getting some representation and some love with Alex. And then, of course, we got Street Fighter Lure Heavy with Ingrid. But that's it, folks. Those are your characters. Let us know if you want to see more videos like this where we break down content for things such as Street Fighter. And if you do enjoy what we've been doing with Street Fighter and fighting games, and you want to see more from both me and James, let us know in the comments down below. I'm excited to get started with Street Fighter again. I've been playing this game since it came out. It's very fun. I love everything Street Fighter 6 has to offer so far. What about you, James?
Oh yeah, I've never had a bad word to say about Street Fighter, and it's been consistent. It's been fun all around.
I guess our only other thing now to talk about before we close out this here episode and get that 20-minute mark is if in the future they were to do more characters, do you think they should ditch the World Tour mode and just focus on getting more characters? Because without that World Tour mode, I would guesstimate that we could get at least an additional character or 2 from a season instead of, the World Tour stapled on additional story and all that, because that's usually what takes them the longer to get these characters out the door.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, you could squeeze in more characters if you did the World Tour, but it's still nice to interact them.
So you would rather the package
the
deal
World
of
Tour,
that and get fleshed out
their
characters?
stuff.
I guess in the long run that'll always be the package deal of Street Fighter 6. So I think you're onto something. You know what? That you gave me a new perspective on that. If we were to get a Street Fighter Season 4, Year 4, which we know we're going to get, they're set in talks of Street Fighter going all the way to 6 years of Street Fighter. We're all for it here at BDS. That being said, let's instead of talking about Year 5 and 6, we know for a fact Year 4 is going to be a thing. Who is on your wish list if they do a Year 4? James. What's the,
Well, we haven't had a proper boxer.
instead of a whole list, I want one character from you. One character. One character.
Okay,
The rules.
one character. Since we haven't had a proper boxer and Ed has been nerfed into the ground, I want to see Dudley.
You want to see Dudley? You want some more third strike representation? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see. I asked this question, and then I get hung up on it because I think about all the cool characters we could also obtain.
There's a lot.
You know, I would like to see. I would like to see a focus on some Final Fight characters be put into the mix. I'd like to see Cody.
Yeah.
It's weird that weird that we're walking and interacting and doing stuff in Metro City, yet and
He's
going,
not
you
in
know, and we can interact with characters like Birdie, or not Birdie, but the forget his name. Oh my god, blonde hair with the dreadlocks, but yeah, I'd like to see. It's weird that we don't get to interact with Mayor Cody. He's the mayor now, so weird. Maybe that was all just Street Fighter V, and we got a bunch of Final Fight characters there. But it also begs the question: what is Street Fighter 6's theming? Because right now we're in a weird spot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
like there's no.
Maybe
proper
it's
theme
just
to it.
it's the fact that it's an alumni game, you know. But it also begs the question, which was weird though, is with this one. There's no guest character in this. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We haven't had one.
The last one was so heavy with guest characters with Terry and Mai from King of Fighters that it was really bizarro not to see a character in here from something else or another King of Fighter character. Because if this season had another King of Fighters, I think it would have been pretty set in stone that this is just a glorified, you know, sort of kind of SNK crossover of sorts, which I would have been fine with. Honestly, I genuinely thought when he was looking in the mirror, and we saw his armband right before it was revealed that it was Sea Viper. I honestly thought it was Koyo or Kyo from King of Fighters. Yeah,
King of Fighters.
I honestly thought it was him. Well, that'll do it for today with the Street Fighter video. Let us know if you like that. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. I've been Ethan. And thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you on the next video. Peace.